Morning, gang. Hope you're well. Start of another week. Have come down just to do the morning water run. We should finish the maize today, hopefully. And we'll probably try and get a bit of water into the pivot dam. It's a bit of a juggle, but anyway, try and get a bit of water in there to try and water the lucerne if we can. But it's all looking pretty tidy at the moment. Corn here, I reckon it has grown. We only sprayed it 2 days ago and I was able to get over the top of that with the tractor. I reckon it's grown 150 mil in 2 days. It's a bit crazy really. And rice is looking really good too. Still got good colour, and I'm seeing a little bit of tipping that might be starting to look like it might be wanting a bit of nitrogen, but at the moment it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just juggling the water to make sure it's got plenty of water on it. And that brings me to this thing. Now we've got a tight spot in there. If you watched the last one, I'd say what the go is, because the tube at the bottom there and then the little bit of auger flighting, it's all sort of rusty, so it needs to smooth up. So it just seems to be the urea seems to be binding on that in there. So there are plenty of these things around, so it does work, and that little motor doesn't have a lot of torque, which doesn't help. So I do have another idea in my head that I might organise if this is just going to be a pain in the bum, but for the minute I need to get this emptied at the very least, so it might be just a case of checking it 2 or 3 times a day and seeing how we go, because it's got there's been a bit go out of it. I haven't actually looked in the top of it yet, but we'll open it up in a sec and have a look and try and work out what's going on. But it's probably done half of it, so I'm not too sure what's going on why all of a sudden it's decided it's stopped. Unless the battery went flat, I don't know. Anyway, it shouldn't have. There's 2 brand new batteries in there, so that should have been enough to keep it going. So anyway, we'll just whip the chain off and give it a spin and see whether we can nut it out. The water's a bit deeper this morning. I'll end up with a gumboot full of water. Don't know, can't answer it. Anyway, it was a little bit stuck, but whether the motor's a bit tired. It was all seized up. Tony had to pull it to bits and give it a good clean up. So whether the little motor's a bit tired, maybe. Probably should have brought a multimeter down and just had a look, see how much charge was in the batteries. So anyway, we'll just keep an eye on it today. We're nearly finished for this run. Starting to get the hang of what with the runoff and that, so we're about 6 hours a bay now, probably sort of 5.5-ish, but we're allowing 6, so we're not having to recycle much water now, which is working out pretty well. But I'll just start this again. This must have, what are we, a bit after 7, it must have started, the bay it's on now about 6 o'clock. So yeah, it'll run through till midday, and then yeah, we'll water these last 2, but it might run a bit quicker. We'll start to pump up, it'll run a bit quicker. So yeah, so by tonight or this evening, we'll have the corn watered. So yeah, it'll work out well. And just whether we do, because we're leading into Christmas, whether we try and do it again later this week, just to so we're dodging Christmas, which might work. We can also run it up till Christmas Eve, and then swap it over to Boxing Day. Just run it onto the rice or something like that. So anyway, we've got a few options up our sleeve. We'll get this pump going again and top it up with fuel, and yeah, should be right. Just having a quick look down the bottom here. You can see the water running off the bays, and then it just runs down into that little dam, and we just start the process again. So we could still probably back it off a bit more, like that's running well out, so we might even be able to come back to 5 hours perhaps. Yeah, because ultimately you don't want a heap of runoff, but we're still running off the bays up a bit further, so yeah, 5 hours is probably plenty. Another day roll over. We're just here, just shifting these ewes off this canola stubble. Got it eaten out pretty well. You'll notice in here the dogs aren't as quick to jump off the back, which are pretty brittle the stalks now. So yeah, brown dogs will sure the best. Yeah, bit keen to start on the back of the ewes today. But we're going to box a couple of mobs of ewes together, mix a couple of mobs together, and in the morning we'll probably put them up on the canal now, and in the morning we'll walk them round to our dairy block. Canola stubble around there, quite a lot of area there around trees and that sort of stuff, which the sheep do a really good job. So we'll there'll be sort of 750 in the mob or something like that. So yeah, we'll put them in there, and that'll give them a good chance to flog that out. Finished watering the corn yesterday, just got water running on the rice again, and also into the pivot dam. We're going to start the irrigator again this morning. Yeah, put probably 30ml on that loosen, give it a drink. Yeah, and then got to go down and spray some corn. And yeah, we're just sort of tidying up bits and pieces now. So yeah, winding down for Christmas. Spray again. Yeah, more corn, except this time it's round and round. So I'm steering it again, just to make it a bit, so we run over as little as we can. Crop doesn't actually looks pretty good. Alright, so it's cleaning day. So basically what we do, we just fire a big air compressor from in and down, and blow all the dust and try and get as much grain and everything out, blow all the radiators out. We pull all the mats out of the 2 fronts, and yeah, sort of get all the chaff and all the holes for the rodents and that sort of stuff out. The header doesn't have to be 100 as well. For hygiene, we want as much grain out of it as we can, but it'll be back to 3 or 4 months during the summer crop, so it doesn't need to be 100%, but then still it's good to get it as clean as we can. It'll go into, once we give it a good wash up, it'll go into storage. Now it's all the springtime, but yeah, it's a gloves and earplugs job, because it's pretty noisy, as you can probably hear. But yeah, it's not a lot of fun either, to be honest. But anyway, Tony self-appointed himself to do it, so we've got everything blown down. We've got the mats out of that front, the windrower. Still got to pick the big front up, and yeah, we'll pull the mats out of it. But we've given it a good blow down. Tony's just taken the big compressor back to town. Yeah, so it's pretty neat and tidy though. And then the header, I've just given it a hit with the fire hose. I like to wash them, some people don't, but yeah, especially when you have showers of rain during harvest, it's amazing. The dust sort of sets like porridge, and it takes a bit of getting off. So yeah, I'll give it a hit with the fire hose, and then I'll take it around out of the washbone. We'll put a bit of soap on him, and yeah, give it a scrub with the brush. Oh, let's get a bit of the dirt off it. It's a bit hard to reach the auger. I do have a long brush, but my arm's that long. So anyway, got a bit of the dust and that out of it, but yeah, as I said, won't be long to be back out of the shed anyway, but we've got a few jobs to do to it. So yeah, we'll get it in the workshop after Christmas, and we can chip away at it while there's yeah, not a heap going on. Don't know what's going on, but the last few days, this time of day, the wind's got right up, and yeah, it's been pretty ordinary. Blew like hell last night. Just come down, just had a few, not issues, but yeah, just getting the water on this rice right. Yeah, it's just using a bit. And yeah, we're finding even the pool at home, we're finding we're having to put water in it every 3 or 4 days, so we're probably losing a bit with evaporation as well. But the crop had Miranda, the agronomist, here today, and she said, look, the crop at the stage it is will be using a bit of water as well. So yeah, just making sure we've got that couple of inches of water on it. Yeah, it doesn't need to be any deeper than that, so it just takes a little bit of juggling. Yeah, but we should get a handle on it without much trouble, hopefully. See here, we got mud, so yeah, we're down on water. We've just had this board out just to try and get a bit of water down to the bottom bays a bit quicker. So I've just dropped him back in, and I'll give it tonight. And yeah, brought it back up again, but yeah, this bay's been a bit dry for whatever reason. So anyway, it's, hopefully we can get it all back into where it needs to be. Yeah, should be right. The weather has cooled off a little bit, although they're still talking 30 during the day. So yeah, a few storms kicking around. Just looked at the radar then, there's a bit of thunder rumbling along. Seems to be clear out to the west, but yeah, so, don't know, the last couple of afternoons we've been getting there's been the odd storm floating around. Nothing here, but they are talking a bit of rain Christmas Day now. 20 to, I think one side's got 20 to 40 mil. So yeah, we won't knock that back by any stretch, although it is Christmas Day, but that's all right. Well, that'll be the end of this one. Thank you for watching. We won't get another one in before Christmas. We're just sort of backing off, and yeah, not a lot happening, just winding down before Santa turns up. Fear not, we'll be back into it on Boxing Day. We've got to load lambs to go over the hooks, so yeah, they've got to go Boxing Day morning, so we'll be back into it, but we'll be, yeah, sort of pretty steady between Christmas and New Year's, just chasing a bit of water and a few odd jobs around the place. But yeah, I'll make sure I've sort of got the camera with you so you can see what we're up to. But yeah, we're gonna try and have a little bit of a break because we've been going pretty hard at it. So from Sarah and I and the kids, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. I hope you've been enjoying it and getting something out of it. And look, we'll keep doing it. It's a bit of fun, and those guys, those of you that are interacting and messaging and that, it's yeah, I'm getting a bit of a kick out of it. It's sort of trying to answer your questions the best we can. So look, hopefully it yeah, it's onwards and upwards with it. And look, there's plenty. There is a bit going on in the coming months, so yeah, there'll be plenty to see. So, but no, have a good Christmas, and yeah, stay safe, and hope Santa finds you. You get what you wished for. So yeah, have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.